This courtroom session wastes no time, multiple defendants, rapid-fire rulings, and a judge who clearly values efficiency over theatrics. But don't let the pace fool you. Beneath these quick exchanges are serious legal consequences, bankruptcy complications, reckless driving charges, probation risks, and decisions that could impact lives for months or even years. Watch closely, because some of these defendants are about to make choices that could either save them or completely backfire, and the biggest question, who really understands what's at stake here?
Were you in the room right adjacent here too? What room is this? Yeah. During courtroom number 2. Is that extension 237, Heather?
I'm sorry, Judge, what was that?
The jury assembly or the prosecutor's room adjacent to Judge Hessen's court.
That is where Brownstown is, courtroom 2 there.
So is that 237?
No, it is not. I don't believe there's a phone in that one.
Go ahead.
237 is the conference room, not the actual courtroom.
We're so backed up right now. And just have a seat at the table right behind you. I'll have you out of here in 5 minutes, okay? You can have a seat right at that table. Amy, I'm going to need Ms. Foley Carter.
Right away, you can see how structured and controlled this courtroom is. The judge is managing multiple cases simultaneously, keeping things moving with precision. This isn't chaos, it's calculated efficiency. Every instruction, from where to sit to what to sign, is part of a system designed to process cases quickly while still preserving due process. But here's something to think about. Does speed like this risk people not fully understanding their rights? Or is it simply the reality of an overloaded court system?
Sean Michael Wilson II. Sir, I'm going to ask you to take your hat off in the back, please. Your hat. Sean Michael Wilson II, 23B143763. Your name?
Sean Michael Wilson.
Was there an accident?
Yes, sir.
So is that the reason that you guys are doing a no contest plea?
Yes, sir.
I'm going to have you sign the advice of rights here. Okay? So you sit down there at that table, sign the advice of rights. And then when you're done, hand it back to my recorder. Okay? Hines, Khalil Jamal Hines. 26F245770. So make sure you read those rights, sir. Your name, sir? You're charged with driving on a suspended. You have the right to a lawyer. Would you like a lawyer?
No, sir.
I'll go ahead and arraign you and send you to the prosecutor on February 21 of 26. It is alleged that you did operate a motor vehicle in the city of Flat Rock, County of Wayne on Gibraltar near Aspen at 4:27 p.m. That is a misdemeanor, punishable by up to 500 fines, 93 days jail, costs of all those 2 points. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Did you sign an advice of rights and read it and understand it today?
Yes, sir.
You plead guilty, you'll be giving up all those rights, and we're not going to have a hearing or a trial. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
All right, you still wish to waive your right to a lawyer?
Yes, sir.
I'll enter a not guilty plea. I'll give you a $500 personal bond. You cannot leave the state without the consent of the court or violate a law. You must appear in court as directed. You're going to go talk to the Flat Rock prosecutor. Have a seat out in the hallway and they'll call you, okay?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Tree Service of Troy, 260-150508. Your name?
This moment is critical. When the judge explains rights and asks about waiving a lawyer, this isn't just routine, it's constitutional protection in action. The defendant is being told exactly what they're giving up: the right to a trial, to challenge evidence, and to defend themselves fully. And here's the key ones. Those rights are waived. There's no going back. So ask yourself, would you confidently make that decision without legal advice? Or would you hesitate?
Your name? What do you want to do with this?
Reading the charges, I imagine we have to set a formal hearing on it.
But this proceeding will not be stayed, as I recall it. I'm gonna go ahead and set the hearing. What does this one call for?
I'm sorry, Your Honor.
How much were the fines on this one if he's responsible?
It was a total of $5,350.
So you want to have a hearing?
I can't do anything because I'm in federal bankruptcy protection.
No, but here's what I'm trying to tell you. If you guys work out a deal today, if you do, I'm gonna go ahead and impose the fines, but I'm gonna stay execution or payment of the fines until after you're out of bankruptcy. You understand that? So I can either, I don't believe this stays anything in terms of this case. I mean, the payment, of course. So I can either, if you guys can't work something out, I'll set it for hearing. And then you can get a lawyer. You really should get a lawyer if you're serious about fighting this.
My attorney already told me that this could take up to 8 months.
Your bankruptcy.
It's 11, yes.
Now, this is where things get legally interesting. The defendant believes bankruptcy might pause this case, but the judge quickly pushes back, and he's right to question it. Bankruptcy can freeze certain civil matters, especially financial obligations, but criminal proceedings, those usually continue. The judge even offers a compromise-healed delay payment, not the case itself. That's a nuanced decision, balancing fairness with legal boundaries. So, here's a question. Should financial hardship ever delay criminal accountability?
The organization. I run a multi-million-dollar company.
No, I'm not disputing any of that. I'm just telling you. That we're going to have the hearing in the interim, though. I don't believe that stays this case.
So if you want to set up for a hearing, I can let him know, and then you can make a decision. So he has to do whether she wants to represent or have me retain additional counsel.
Yeah, that's good. We'll do that. Okay. And if your lawyer thinks I'm wrong, but I don't think I am, you know, a lot of things are stayed with bankruptcy filings, like civil cases. I don't believe that this would. Do you know the answer to that?
Hold on.
If your lawyer thinks that this case is stayed, ask him to send a letter to the prosecutor and CC me. Okay?
Absolutely. Because they did send it, but when I called the court, they said that I have to be in person. I didn't have a problem with them.
Yeah, I get it. I get it. So we'll adjourn this out. Why don't you give them till the 16th, Heather? Or is that when Brownstown's here?
We actually do have Brownstown on the 16th. That's our add-on day.
All right, so we'll do it at what time?
We can do, he comes from Troy, so let's do, how about 10 o'clock for that?
Yeah, you good with that? And if your lawyer again thinks that this case shouldn't proceed, you can tell your lawyer that my feeling is it should proceed, but I would stay payment of the fines until after the bankruptcy's over. Okay? So you can go down the hall, we'll give you a notice. I wish you well. Good luck.
Thank you, Your Honor.
The second, 238-143-763. Your name?
Wilson.
All right, so you're charged with reckless driving. If you plead to no contest, it has the same effect as a guilty plea. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
If you plead to reckless driving, possible penalties are up to 500 fines.
This exchange raises a red flag contradictions. The defendant seems unsure whether he previously requested a lawyer, and that inconsistency matters. In court, credibility is everything. Even small contradictions can affect how seriously a judge takes you. But to the judge's credit, he doesn't punish confusion. He corrects it by appointing counsel. That's the system working as intended. Still, it makes you wonder how many defendants hurt their own case simply by not being clear or consistent.
93 days jail, costs are all those. 6 points. Your license will be suspended by the Secretary of State. I haven't had one of these where there was actually a reckless plea in a while, but I believe it's 90 days. It could be as many as 120 days suspension. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
If you plead no contest, you're giving up your right to a trial of any kind and you're waiving all the rights on the advice of rights form that you signed. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Did you read all those rights?
Yes, sir.
Did you understand all those rights? And you're sure this is what you want to do?
Yes, sir.
You have the right to a lawyer. If you would like an attorney, I'll be happy to provide you with one at public expense. Do you understand that? Would you like a lawyer?
Yes, sir.
What happened before? Did you not tell me that? Did you tell me you didn't want one before?
These guys said the same thing. Or I might have said no, and then I said yeah.
I don't know what you mean. You told me no when I arranged on February 24th, right?
No, I think I said yeah.
Okay, I'll give you a lawyer. I can't imagine you
Yeah,
that you said you
he-
wanted to.
He did have Mazen last time he was here.
Okay, why
Mr.
did
Gates.
we? Okay, so he didn't fill out a petition for a court appointed. Where do you work at?
Okay, I see
How much do you make?
17 an hour.
Do you have children?
Sir.
A wife?
Oh, sir.
How many hours do you work?
40 hours a week.
So, okay. So you're making about $680 a week, right?
Sure.
That's gross. Can you afford your own lawyer? All right, look, I'll appoint you a lawyer. We'll appoint him one, Heather. I don't know who this should go to. Where should I take this one?
It should go to Mr. Gates because he's our Brownstown attorney.
Okay. So you can go out in the hallway. I'm not going to proceed any further, okay? And they're going to set you up with Mr. Gates, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, good luck. Your name?
Terry Mullis.
Why didn't you give us proof of your AA meetings?
I can go online. Who's the working and fighting that's in my book?
Well, who told you you could do that and not provide us with any proof?
No.
Well, then I'm reluctant to dismiss this. You didn't go, did you?
I can't go online.
How many times?
So I read probably about 8 plus times.
I can't even hardly.
Here's a fascinating moment of judicial discretion. The judge openly admits he doesn't like what he's hearing conflicting statements about AA attendance, but still allows the dismissal. Why? Likely because the prosecutor recommended it. This shows how much influence prosecutors have, even when the judge is skeptical. It's a reminder that courtroom outcomes aren't just about facts, they're also about recommendations, trust, and interpretation. Do you think the judge made the right call here?
Hear you.
Oh,
Are you soft-spoken or are you?
yes.
All right, well, keep your voice up.
Okay. Well, more likely I went like 16 times. But I was like in person, it was very difficult to get to.
Raise your right hand. You solemnly swear or affirm under penalties of perjury that the testimony you will give in these proceedings will be the whole truth, so help you God. Okay, keep your voice up for me. Since you were in court on October 16 of 25, have you been arrested? Any new charges?
No.
Any contact with the police?
No.
Did you go to AA online?
Yes, sir.
How many times?
Approximately like 18 times.
You told me 16 just a minute
18.
ago. All right. Prosecutor wants to dismiss it. He's moving to dismiss. I don't like this. I don't like this, but I'm gonna go ahead and dismiss it. I don't like the fact that you didn't go in person. But I'll go ahead and dismiss and assume that I made a mistake and didn't make it clear. You're all set. Good luck. Lennox, Deborah Ann Lennox. 5F 244-672. All right, ma'am. Your name?
Deborah Lennox.
On October 2nd, you pled under 771 to retail fraud.
Correct.
The probation department thinks you did everything. Did you do everything?
Yes, sir. I did.
Raise your right hand. You solemnly swear or affirm on the penalties of perjury that the testimony you will give in these proceedings will be the whole true self you got.
Yes.
All right. Since you were in court when I sentenced you on October 2nd of 25, have you been arrested for any reason?
No,
Any contact with the police for any reason?
no,
Any new offenses pending against you?
no.
Prosecutor moves to dismiss. It appears you've done everything. Probation so indicates, so does he. Case dismissed. You're all set.
Thank you.
Wish you well. Good luck. Nancy Radke. Nancy Elizabeth Radke. 24B1450114A, B, and C.
Mr. Gates is in a meeting with somebody right now.
Well, that's okay. You're gonna have to wait.
Yeah, I know, she just called, she's just said to go in there and let him know, so. That's all.
Who called you?
The one that's taking care of the people coming in and checking in. I told her, I said, Mr. Gates is in an office, she said, yeah, just go to the courtroom, let him know. Or not in the courtroom, I'm sorry, in the meeting room.
Yeah, just go out there and you're gonna have to wait until he's done with the
Until
other.
he's done, yeah, this is what I figured, but she still wouldn't come in here and let you know, so.
Okay,
All right, thank you, Judge.
no problem. Your name?
My name is Nancy Elizabeth Sowers Radke.
You're charged with driving on a suspended. You also have no proof of insurance and careless driving tickets that you're in default on.
And I had an Ohio license since 2000.
I just need to go, we need to proceed at this level here. Huh? Well, I mean, I'm glad you think they're wrong, but
This is exactly why having a lawyer matters. The defendant insists the charges are wrong, but the judge doesn't debate facts at this stage. Instead, he redirects her to legal representation. That's because arguments need structure, evidence, and proper procedure. A lawyer can challenge the case in ways a defendant simply can't alone. So here's the takeaway. Confidence isn't a defense strategy is. Would you try to fight this alone, or trust a professional to handle it?
I can't just dismiss it. You're gonna have to proceed in the case with these.
Well, I asked for a court-appointed.
We'll give you a court appointed.
I indicated that I did have. a
Ma'am,
valid license.
Ma'am, I'm gonna give you a lawyer.
Okay,
We'll give you a lawyer. And you can talk to the lawyer. And then the lawyer can tell me that the prosecutor was wrong or the police department was wrong or whatever they need to do. But you've had these tickets in September of 23 and you got warrants all over it.
and I have said, in that it's the wrong name, I have a license, I had insurance.
Ma'am, yeah, that might be, I don't know. I'm not quarreling with you. I'm
I also had a subpoena in there requesting discovery.
ma'am, you said you want a lawyer. I'm going to give you a lawyer.
Okay, how do I get it?
You can go out in the hallway and we will set you up with a lawyer, okay? And you can explain your entire situation to the lawyer. Your name? You're gonna plead to allowing an unlicensed driver to drive. They're going to dismiss the suspend. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
You got a valid license now, he tells me, right?
Yes, sir.
Is that what you want to do?
Yes, sir.
If you do this, possible penalties are up to 500 fines, 90 days jail, costs are all those. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Did you sign, read, and understand the advice of rights? If you plead guilty, you'll be giving up all those rights, and we're not going to have a trial. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
You have the right to a lawyer. If you want one, I will give you one. Would you like a lawyer?
Yes.
To the charge allowing an unlicensed driver to drive and to plead.
Guilty.
On February 21 to 26, were you in control of a 2022 Dodge that was being operated on Gibraltar near Aspen in the city of Flat Rock?
Yes, sir.
And you were unlicensed at the time?
Yes, sir.
And you were driving that vehicle?
Yes, sir.
Are you on probation or parole?
Yes, sir.
For what?
I'm on probation with Monroe.
Do you understand by pleading guilty here, this would be deemed a violation of that probation?
Well, yes, sir.
I just want you to know that, and that probation could be revoked as a result of this plea and conviction. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
You still wish to plead guilty?
Yes, sir.
Anybody force you to plead guilty?
No, sir.
I'll accept your plea, dismiss the suspend charge. Anything you'd like to tell me?
Yes, sir. I have been taking care of my tickets. At the time I was in Monroe County Jail, I thought
This is where reality hits hard. The defendant admits guilt, But the judge makes sure he understands the ripple effect this plea could violate probation and trigger even more consequences. That's the part many people overlook. One decision in court can impact multiple cases at once. Still, the judge shows balance, acknowledging the defendant's effort to improve while still holding him accountable. It's firm, but fair. Do you think this sentence was too lenient or exactly right?
Paid for my license, it was a ticket, and it said $40 reinstatement fee, but apparently I had to pay the Secretary of State a reinstatement fee. But I've been clearing my tickets up all around the board. You know, I'm a father and my kids,
You
I
sound like a choir boy.
far from a choir boy, but I am maturing and getting older.
Well, that's good.
You know,
Well, you're what? What are you, 34, 33?
33 years.
All right, I'm gonna go light on you. Do you want to keep talking?
No, sir.
50 fines, 70 costs, 75 victims' rights, $50 justice assessment, 245 or 30 days.
Okay,
Can you pay that?
yes, sir.
Go down the hall, take care of it. Good luck.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. How much you pay 100 a week starting April 6th?
Yes.
Can you do that?
Yeah.
What are you gonna do if you don't have the money then?
Oh, I'll have the money.
If you don't have the money, what are you gonna do? You're gonna call the court or come up here on or before that due date and I'll give you an extension. Just don't ignore me. I hate that.
Okay.
And you ignored us on this defective equipment ticket too.
Yeah, I didn't mean to. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna dismiss the show cause and I'm gonna give you until April 30 to pay this one. Now, if you need more money or no more time, what are you gonna do?
Call it work.
And talk to me, right?
Yes.
And request an extension, right?
Yes.
And I'll grant it. But don't ignore me again, or I'm not gonna be this nice next time. Are we with one another?
Yeah.
Good. See how easy this is?
Yeah.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Johnson,
Nothing good from here.
your name?
I'm sorry.
You're charged with resisting or obstructing an officer, possession of a controlled substance, and you have a civil infraction charge of expired plate. You have the right to an attorney. If you want one, I will give you one. Would you like a lawyer?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Go out in the hallway. They will set you up. You will have a chance to talk to a lawyer today, okay? You're welcome. Is somebody here for tree service?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Your name, ma'am? You're charged with disorderly conduct, public intoxication. You have the right to a lawyer. Would you like one?
No.
I'll go ahead and arraign you and we'll go from there. And then I'm going to send you to the prosecutor then, okay? To talk. Do you understand that? You understand that?
Yes.
All right. So you're charged with disorderly conduct, public intoxication. The police think that this occurred in the city of Flat Rock, County of Wayne on Telegraph near Vreeland. They think you stumbled and fell face first into the roadway, almost getting struck by a car. That's a misdemeanor punishable by up to 500 fines, 90 days jail, costs, or all those. Do you understand that, ma'am?
Yes.
And did you sign an advice of rights form here today and read it and understand it?
Yes.
If you plead guilty, you'll be giving up all those rights on the advice of rights, and there will be no hearing or trial. Do you understand that?
Yes.
You have the right to a lawyer. You still wish to waive your right to a lawyer.
I wish to, I don't.
I'm entering okay, hang
I
on.
was,
Are you from Mount Pleasant?
yes.
You drove here from Mount Pleasant?
No, I'm in a situation right now where I'm homeless. And, but then I found out I got an apartment in Mount Pleasant, so I'm moving back.
All right, I'm gonna enter a not guilty plea, $500 personal bond. You don't have to post any money. No alcohol, no illegal controlled substances, no marijuana. You cannot leave the state without the consent of the court or violate a law. You must appear in court as directed. Go talk to the prosecutor, okay? See what he'll work out for you. You've had nothing since 2003, right? All right, don't be upset here. It's not the end of the world, okay?
You're right.
All right, good luck.
This courtroom session is a perfect snapshot of how the justice system operates under pressure, fast-paced, detail-driven, and full of critical decisions. We saw defendants navigating bankruptcy concerns, probation risks, and serious charges, all while the judge balanced efficiency with fairness. Some walked away with second chances, others with warnings that could shape their future. And that's the reality of court every word. Every choice matters. If you found this case as shocking as we did, make sure to hit that like button, share your thoughts in the comments, And don't forget to subscribe for more jaw-dropping courtroom breakdowns.